If we're going to walk with God, if God is going to have a name in Birmingham, if He's going to be not just the Lord of the heavens, but the Lord of the earth here, where He reigns here tangibly, it's going to be those of us that have said to the Lord that I recognize that to follow you means that I don't have my life, that I give my life as a sacrifice, as an offering, that you might be seen here in Birmingham. Are you with me? The response to you becoming a sacrifice is that a new sound comes from your vessel. His word can come through you and from you. He can speak through you. You will turn up in places. You will turn up in your workplaces. You'll turn up in environments, and you won't know where you found that wisdom, where you found that knowledge, that insight, that strategy, that understanding came to you, because it wasn't you speaking, because you have already given yourself as a sacrifice. Are you with me? And subsequently, God now has a vehicle He can operate through. He can get through to a generation. He is longing, He has died, I should say, that we might be able to be that voice to this generation. Are you with me? And so there are those of us who have made a covenant with Him by sacrifice. And there are those of us who have gone into a comfort mode. We've subjected ourselves or given ourselves to a kind of Christianity that is all about personal success, personal fulfillment, personal advancement. And there's good things in all of that. But if it's all about personal growth, moving forward, advancement, blessing, then God can't have a voice. Those things are good, but not at the sake of God's voice being heard. Are you with me? And so we get comfortable and we're pursuing our own goals and dreams, and God is not getting a look in. Are you with me? We're not concerned about the things of God. Prayer, what? It doesn't take all of that. I can get up in the morning and pray my prayer points and go about my day, go to job and get a promotion and serve myself. But the land is being defiled. There's perversions and witchcrafts and all kinds of slackness and sin and murder and violence and crime and home wrecking and breaking and divorce and all kinds of chaos in the land that the church is not able to respond to, because the church is pursuing self. Bless me, Lord. Help me, Lord. My life, me, what I can gain, what I can get, who I can become. Are you with me? But there are those that have covenanted with Him by sacrifice. We have to examine ourselves and look at where our emphasis is. How do you actually give time to think about this and see yourself as an agent of transformation? That God might use you, your life, your story, you as His mouthpiece, you as His vessel, to speak life and hope and transformation and deliverance to a people, to those around you, to your family members, to those in this city. Do you see God using you? It comes at a sacrifice, and it's a good sacrifice. Let me encourage somebody. It's not a painful sacrifice. The painful price was a good thing. We now have joy. If you realize this, you understand that there's no comparison. There's no better thing. Paul could say, for me to live is Christ, to die is gain. There's nothing this world has for me. I found everything in Christ. Are you with me? And so when Christians, and my point, we're talking about prayer today. When Christians come to a point where their focus is self-satisfaction, self-preservation, selfishness, my needs, me, self, I, then we become so comfortable that when the prayer meeting comes, there's no motivation, there's no desire, there's no drive. You go to Africa, I was in Nigeria, you see people come out in their thousands to pray, hundreds to pray, because all that they need in their life is dependent upon prayer. For light is prayer. For food is prayer. For fuel in the car is prayer. For clothes under my back is prayer. There's no benefit system. There's no one coming to help you. that the poverty is real. Like, what hit me on the chip more than anything else was the poverty. People earning less than $1 a day. A day. A day. Hardworking, intelligent, gifted, strong, young, brilliant people, just like us here, who can't fix their cars, who are driving Uber taxis, and my taxi driver, his exhaust was dragging on the ground. I said to the guy, the windscreen's cracked. I said, I asked him, how do you find being an Uber driver here? How much are you earning? To the good days, about 20,000 naira. That's about 12 pounds. I said, what would it cost you to fix the exhaust on your car, do you think? He said, about 50,000. You can't afford that. He just drives. You'll see cars on the roads that would never be allowed to be on the road in this country. The police will stop you. Everywhere you go, you'll be stopped and said, this is not roadworthy. And people are just suffering and struggling. Are you with me? So when it comes to prayer, it's prayer that's getting them through. But we have become so comfortable. And for some people, we need to ask ourselves, how have I allowed comfort? Have I slipped into a false... You see, the comfort you'll be in is not real. The comfort you'll be in is a deception. It's a deception of the enemy for you to believe that there's no threats, there's no danger, you're safe, there's no opposition, you'll be fine, no one's going to get in your way, the devil's not going to bother you, he's not interested in you. Just chill, don't pray. Let the brothers pray for you. They'll mention your name, don't worry. It's a deception of the enemy for you to believe that there's no threats, there's no danger.